Turning your painted blobs into flowers with a few messy lines and dots, it doesn't get any easier or prettier. Hey friends, welcome. My name is Shayda Campbell, and around here we make art and it's fun, not scary. And today we're doing BLOB Flowers with my Shayda Campbell watercolor set. I've got a palette here. I've got a number 10 round brush, probably going to grab a Filbert brush as well. And then here's your key ingredient today, a black brush pen. It is a hard brush with a very fine point, great for doing thick and thin lines. You can also look for the SB pen, which is like a softer, more flexible brush tip. And then what we're going to do today is BLOB Flowers. This is so fun. You get to be so free with your painting and just put down some random shapes in whatever colors speak to you. And then we're going to sort of turn your blobs into flowers using that brush pen and some random lines. So it's all very doable. I'm mixing up like a very orangey red, a light peachy pink, a blue gray, so a little bit of Payne's gray white with like a turquoise. And then we're going to come over here with that big old round brush. And we're just going to, obviously this blob looks like a flower, okay? I kind of cheated to start. You can release a little more color into your blob, just have fun and play with the brush strokes. I think that's what's really key about the BLOB flowers. It's fine if you want to make them look like flowers, but just take a playful brush practice forward approach. And by brush practice, I mean here I'm using the Filbert and just putting down cluster of lines in a circle, and it kind of makes these two messy flowers that maybe could be turned into mums, chrysanthemums, marigolds. And then I'm going to continue on with the Filbert, and the Filbert has this rounded flat bristle. That makes it really good for creating oval shapes, and if you do a cluster of these oval shapes, they look like petals. And so here we're just doing these sort of basic 5-petal flowers. And 1 or 2 hits of that brush of the Filbert to the page should give you a pretty and very natural flower shape. I'm going to pick up a warm red and just kind of make a wiggly donut shape on the paper. Maybe come in with a bit of a more concentrated paint there. Over here, this one maybe will end up being a tulip, so I'm just using the Filbert to do vertical brush strokes. And then I mixed a little white with burnt umber to give me this beigey color. It can be quite good for lighter colored white flowers. And we're just doing these random donut shapes. I'll use a bit more of my blue here and do these starbursts. Those are going to turn into lovely little flowers. And then I mixed a light violet. This is white, ultramarine, and magenta, lots of water. And here I'm really just doing messy blobs. I'm trying to let go, maybe more so than I already have. Messy shapes, who knows what they will be. Let's let everything dry, give it a few minutes, give it 10 minutes. And once you are sure that it is dry, we're going to come in with that Faber-Castell black brush pen. This is archival ink. If you use more watercolor on top, it will not blend or bleed. And for this first flower, I'm just doing a circle of little lines. And then I'm going to leave it at that. That's all it needs. Potentially, we could come back in later. And then over here, I'm going to do a little more so you can see a few examples of how we turn these funny blobs into flowers using our brush pen. This time it starts with 4 little petals, and then we move out and we continue doing these petal shapes. They're kind of like an open square with a fuzzy end. There's sort of a shaggy petal. Over here on the little starburst or 5-petal flowers, we're going to do a circle in the center and then little bursts of lines on each petal. And we can do less lines on the flowers that are a bit smaller, maybe just a little V shape. But it's very simple. First, we started with the most basic blobs, and now we're just adding a few bursts of lines, circles, dots, clusters of dots in the center. And it's amazing how you can turn these blobs into flowers. But I wouldn't say this is an exercise where you have to be, an exceptional drawer. Is that a word? Drawer? You don't have to be good at drawing to turn your blobs into flowers. All you need to do, like right here, is a little oval and maybe some curving lines, but also maybe not. I kind of like the one without the lines. I find a lot of these are an exercise in less is more. For this guy, we'll just do a cluster of dots, little scribbly dots at the center, and then we'll do this messy, broken petal outline around the edge. I also like to go off of the colored area so that it looks very perfectly imperfect. It has a nice whimsical, illustrative look. You can draw some leaves in if you want to. For these starburst flowers up here, let's give them some long stems that kind of connect that illustration to the right-hand page, and then we'll just do a little starburst. At center, we can always draw in more flowers if you feel like the cluster's kind of lopsided. That's a nice idea. And then our final flower. I really wasn't sure what this one was going to be, but when you're sketching flowers, it's always a good idea to keep in mind flowers like a grape hyacinth or a lilac that have a really tiny blossom, almost bubble-like in the case of the grape hyacinth. So let's just do these little sort of broken circles, and then we'll connect all of our broken circles and scribbles with little stems, little Y shapes and lines. And I think that looks really cute. And from there, I'm just looking around the page, asking myself, is there anywhere else I want to add a little more detail? Like I put some stems on the beige flowers. I'm doing a broken outline on this big guy up at the top, and I'm quite happy with the way that it looks. But here's the key with this. You can go back and forth. So you can start with watercolor, then add pen, then add some more watercolor. And so I wanted to add green to this. I thought a really warm green would actually amp up the color palette instead of work against it. So for this color palette, I used quite muted colors like this muted orange, really warm red, the sort of muted peachy pink. And I think having this green, which is sap green with a lot of burnt umber in it, it just looks great. And so what I'm doing is coloring in some of the leaves that I've painted, some of the stems, and again, just doing messy shapes. So even though we're going the other way and doing pen and then paint, you can still be quite messy about it and not paint anything too perfectly. You can see on the leaves, especially, that I've sort of missed the outline sometimes. And then I also felt like maybe a little, I never know when I'm done. I felt like maybe just a little bit more contrast could be beneficial to some of these flowers. So I mixed a slightly darker violet and put some dots. And then here I'm coming in with a darker pink. It's just typically the same color blend, but a slightly darker concentration. So a little less water or a little less white. This is Purple Lake mixed with like a little hint of burnt umber. This is magenta mixed with lots of burnt umber for that warm red. So I think it's really fun to go back and forth. Here I'm putting down some rando flowers. I just wanted to repeat the red over here, and then I can still add more pen if I want to, and maybe just a little semicircle there. And that's all we need. Let's sign our work. I had so much fun painting these blob flowers, and I actually think going back and forth a few times really takes the stress out of the process. You start with these random blobs, maybe you amp up the color and the contrast, add a little more detail. It's such fun, and I hope you'll paint along with me for this one. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and friends, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter so that you're notified about every single Friday video and Patreon bonus content.